OHYES, the Ohio Healthy Youth Environment Survey, is a voluntary anonymous online survey designed to collect data from Ohio students in grades 7 through 12. The survey is used to collect data on important topics related to adolescent health. OHYES helps parents, schools, students, and others by providing data that can lead to identifying needs and trends and support planning to better meet those needs. School-based surveys such as the Monitoring the Future Survey, MTF, and Youth Tobacco Survey, YTS, provide valuable national and state-level data on youth behavior and risk and protective factors. Yet schools and communities need access to local data to address community-specific needs and to conduct health assessments. Local agencies need local data to apply for funding opportunities, meet reporting requirements for grants, and for local health department needs assessments. Over the years, communities in Ohio have used multiple surveys, but this has often meant that local results cannot be compared over time or with regional or state samples. OHYES feels the need for an inexpensive and valid survey for schools and communities, which also allows for comparisons over time and across regional and state samples. OHYES is a collaborative effort of the Ohio Departments of Education, Health, and Mental Health and Addiction Services, the Ohio National Guard, and representatives of educational and youth-serving organizations. OHYES is implemented by schools, was developed at the request of schools, and has the primary purpose of collecting local data to guide local policy, program development, and implementation efforts. This video will provide information on how community members, including students, parents, and organizations, can become OHYES champions. The video will also provide information on how coalitions and other community organizations can collaborate with local schools on OHYES implementation. Being an OHYES champion. What does being a champion mean? Often we think of a champion as defined by the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, a winner of first prize or first place in a competition. For example, the women's 800-meter champion in the Summer Olympics. But there's another meaning too. This one from businessdictionary.com, a person who takes extraordinary interest in the adoption, implementation, and success of a cause, policy, program, project, or product. Students, parents, and organizations can advocate for OHYES to be implemented in the community schools and for OHYES data to be used to help build healthy environments. If your school district or school is not currently implementing OHYES, a good place to start is to contact your superintendent or principal. OHYES gives students the opportunity to make their voices heard on topics that can impact their learning and success. Parents can feel comfortable about the OHYES survey for a number of reasons. These include procedures that are built in to allow parents and students to opt out of the survey, as well as procedures that ensure student anonymity. Collaborating with schools on OHYES. Having up-to-date data from youth surveys helps community organizations better understand needs and trends that should be addressed. For youth-serving community organizations, there are multiple benefits of having OHYES results. Results from OHYES may help community organizations conduct community-level planning, write proposals to foundations or federal, state, and local funding sources to acquire additional needed resources, measure effects of prevention efforts, and assist organizations that have grants to more easily fulfill reporting requirements. Often, coalitions and other community organizations will want to collaborate with local schools to collect and use the data from OHYES. Sometimes, the coalition or organization has received a grant that requires student survey data to meet reporting requirements. At other times, the organization may be writing a grant proposal that will involve the local schools. Earlier, we described how students, parents, and organizations can advocate or be champions for OHYES. Collaboration between coalitions or other organizations and schools to collect and use OHYES data represents another kind of involvement. Such collaboration benefits the schools, the community organization or organizations, and the community as a whole. Using the OHYES survey provides a great advantage in collaboration of this kind because the survey already includes measures that meet the requirements of many federal and state grants. For example, there are several community coalitions in Ohio that have a Drug-Free Community Coalitions grant from the federal government. Many of those coalitions use OHYES results to meet grant reporting requirements. One important tool that is useful in collaborating to gather and use OHYES data is a Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU. An MOU is signed by representatives of the school district and the coalition or other organization. The MOU includes key information on what each party agrees to do in order to collect the OHYES data, share the data, and fulfill other responsibilities. It should be noted that the MOU, if it involves the OHYES survey, will always ensure student anonymity. The OHYES website includes more information about collaborating to collect and use data, including an example of an MOU. The OHYES website also includes a checklist of the key steps involved in collaborating with schools to support community organizations as they start or strengthen their relationships with the education system. Whether you're a student or parent, represent a coalition or other community organization, there are many ways to become an OHYES champion. Think about how you can play an active role in helping build healthy environments in your community through the OHYES survey.